Mr. Bbanga of Public Image Africa.
Your job is safe, Steve. Thank you very much. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are we all feeling? You know what? Why don't we start with that? Steve mentioned that handshake, which I spoke about last time I was at this event organized by AfricaTalentbank. So why don't you turn around, shake the hand of the person sitting next to you and see whether that handshake is going to cost them their job. And let me know. Yeah, how those handshakes? All right, we'll test those later. Great, Miriam, thank you very much. As usual, I'm really glad about this partnership that we have forged. Miriam touched a little bit about it. And I wanted today to talk on one of the points actually Miriam raised in her brief remarks, which is to do with networking. Networking. Networking is something, ladies and gentlemen, that is your net worth. And the people who are able to forge these relationships, build these alliances, create these partnerships are the people who succeed in this game. And we have a room full of entrepreneurs, possible entrepreneurs, innovators. And if you can become successful at networking, trust me, this is going to be the bread and butter that is going to help you build your hopefully successful businesses. So I'm just going to give you a few tips on how you can network more profitably. Let's start with number one. I work for public image. That is what I do. I go out helping professionals like yourselves enhance, build, capitalize on their social capital or social skills so that you can become the best at what you do. You can connect better with your clients. You can create more money. And the first thing I say in terms of networking, and you know, this is networking, whether it's a formal networking situation or something that's informal, maybe during the break for an event like today, is number one, brand yourself. Create what is called the unfair advantage. What makes you different from everybody else? What makes you unique from everybody else? What makes you special? What do you do that nobody can replicate? And it starts with your brand, personal branding. Okay, and then obviously you're going to use this personal brand to leverage with your networking skills. You know, when I meet people for the first time, I talked about this last time, I talked about first impressions and how quickly they're made. One of the ways that you can quickly establish yourself as the expert, the go-to person in your field and area of expertise, regardless of how good and how brilliant you are, a young man like James, for example, is to have what I call your verbal business card. Your verbal business card. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your 30-second commercial. The first time I meet you, the second time I meet you. Your way of telling your target market, assuming you're networking with your target market, what makes your business special? What makes you different? What makes you unique? What gives you that unfair advantage? Ladies and gentlemen, if there's anything I can tell you to work on, is work on that verbal business card. How do you introduce yourself? First impressions are made in seconds. That 30-second commercial is your window for potential clients, for creating some of these alliances and partnerships that we're getting into. Work on it, practice it, and use it. Public image. A lot of that has to do with your non-verbal communication, your body language, for example. I'm going to make it easy. 2 tools that you can use in your toolbox of networking that will make you special and different. Very simple. Everybody has them. I don't know if everybody uses them. Number one is your smile. Believe it or not. Yes, it's as simple as that. By the way, I talk about smiles. Can we see some of those smiles around the room? You know, some people smile and they look like they're crying. It's like traffic lights going off and on. So working on your non-verbal communication, your smile, and by the way, be the first. Be the first to shake hands. Be the first to smile at your target market. Be the first to establish eye contact. Be the first to create that rapport and have that open body language. You've got to look physically like you are ready to interact and meet the people that you are going to network with. Okay, here's another tip. Have a networking goal. A networking goal. Too many people are not strategic in how they network. So you show up for an event like today, you signed up and you're like, okay, hold on, I'm just going to mill around, there may be one or two interesting people, I'll listen to a couple of the presentations. This is a networking opportunity. What is your goal? And your goal, might I add, should not be to wait for tea time, na kwanza kubomoa all the tea and samosas that are there. Eating is not a networking goal. A networking goal might be, for example, I want to meet 3 new people. How's that for a number? 3 new people. And even for those people who are naturally shy, you're reticent, you know, you're wallflowers, you're shrinking violets. Hey, sometimes you have to put yourself out there. Meeting 3 new people. Reconnecting perhaps with people that you have met before in previous, you know, you've got to be strategic. You don't know where business is going to come from. You have a wonderful panel up here. Gentlemen who have created such an impact on this continent, like Sis and Shona up here. Kamal Budabati, who will be coming by later. The gentleman from Kira, or Chira, as we are supposed to pronounce it. Go out and meet them. That's why they're here. They've given up their time. Important people like me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not that important. So you have a goal, and you've got to be strategic with that goal. Have a networking goal. All right, here is one. How many people in this room, by a show of hands, have a business card? By a show of hands, how many people in this room have a business card? Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to go out there, separate yourself, create the entire advantage, let me give you a tip right now. Business cards, always. And these days, you don't need a lot of money to get a business card. It doesn't have to be the fanciest, but go out and get a business card. How are you going to leave people with your contact information? Now, some people say your mobile phone, but I can tell you from a networking perspective, this business of saying, I am Niflashie 07 is not helping you. That's not an unfair advantage. So business cards. So again, by show of hands, who has their business cards here? And I'm just going to give you a business card etiquette tip. All right, the gentleman over here with your hand up, would you mind coming forward? And I would like you to present your business card to me. Thank you very much. Okay. As he's approaching, let's watch his body language and see if he's... All right, you have your business card on you. Okay, let's see you hand over that business card. Okay, lesson number 1. Please do not store your business card in a wallet. No, seriously. Oh, it's here. I thought you took it out because it's there. It's in here. Don't store them in a wallet. Actually, put your business cards in a business card holder. It just sends a better image. A lot of times these wallets, they're so big, they're thick. In fact, I always say a lot of our gentlemen friends, their wallets need to go on Slim Possible. They've just got too much stuff inside here. That business card is going to get creased, it's going to get crumpled, folded, and maybe not the right image for you as an aspiring entrepreneur. But having said that, please remove your business card and present. Oh, so here we're saying is put your business card in a business card holder. Again, a business card, I guess you can call it a holder or a business card wallet, specifically designed. Check it out. I mean, these things, 200 more, anywhere in town. And again, it sends the right image. You can choose to have it fancy if you have a little bit more money, but this is the preferred place. All right. Yes, sir. And what is your name, sir? No, you cannot borrow mine. You're young. It has my name on it. Get your own. And we'll talk after this. Now, let's see how he hands over that business card. All right. This is what I call Kenyan style of handing a business card. Shika, upende usipende, card ndio hii. Me, I'm off. All right, let's do some business card etiquette. Really, this is going to, help you. I'm going to put my mic down. I hope everyone can hear me. Number one, Mr. Shiv Chandaria. I like the card, first of all. It's in, it's pretty thick. You usually want to get them as thick as possible. This means they stand out. I was talking to James yesterday, for example. Make sure the card is appealing. I have thousands of these things. What is going to make me pick up this particular card if in 2 months or 2 years is what I'm saying. So again, think a little bit about the branding of your card, but I'm not going to talk about that. Handing the card over. Number one, make sure that card is facing the person you are handing it over to. So your name is visible. Now, you've seen Southeast Asian cultures. They go the whole hog. 2 hands, bowing like this. You don't have to go that way. But what is in that culture is that this is the accumulation of your professional acumen. Let me put it that way. This is where you have reached. This is your business. You're proud about it. So hand this card over like you are happy and proud of the business that you are doing or running. Are you with me? So there you go. Maximum respect. Doesn't have to be 2 hands, but facing the other person that way. When you receive the card, don't just take it and put it in your back pocket and then, God forbid, sit on the person. Because that's exactly what you're doing. You're sitting on the person. So shit, I would never sit on you. You are far too important. When you receive the card, also in terms of creating that rapport, not a rapport, as somebody else in my class said, rapport, is say 1 or 2 words about what is on that card to that particular person. So Shiv, you're the sales and marketing director. Is that correct? How big is your organization?
Just 10 people.
10 people. Okay, fantastic. Sorry, go ahead.
Family business.
It's a family business. Okay, and this mobile phone is where I can reach you 24 hours? Okay, the questions don't have to be that sophisticated. They can be mundane, but it is about creating what is called that rapport. Okay? Being profitable in networking is about creating rapport, making Shiv feel important. There you go. So, I have a lot to talk about business card etiquette. Those are just some tips that you can use in terms of handling these cards. Hopefully that was helpful. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Shiv. I'm going to give you my card so that you can also hopefully get in touch with me. So here we go. Business card holder, remove the card. Maximum thing. All right, Shiv, what did we say when you received the card? Let's put it on this card. 1 or 2 words about what's on that card. So that I feel that you care about me and my business.
Nice.
Thank you very much. I like that.
Then I can reach you anytime.
You can reach me anytime, except after 7 o'clock. Don't dare call me. All right, so I'll let you go. Thank you very much. Give me my clap. Well done. All right, business cards over. Now, just 2 more tips and then I'll move on. Creating rapport is about making people feel special. I think Miriam even touched on it. It is not about me and what I want and my business. It's about thinking about the other person. One of the ways that you can do that is to, and let me put this, and sort of be judicious with my words so it doesn't, you don't get confused. Appear to be more interested than interesting. Now, how do you interpret that? Of course, I want you to be interesting, I want you to brand yourself, but always make the other person feel special. You can pay them a compliment. Ask them open-ended questions. The questions that show that you're interested in their business. Questions like how, what, where, when, instead of a question that's going to be a 1-word answer. Always appear to be really interested in what the other person does. And hopefully you're being genuine and not just, faking it. I think the ladies are fantastic at this. If they're interested in a guy or a jama, you will see them, no matter how boring that guy is. Really? Wow, that's what you did. You've got to bring a little bit of that. Some of that. No, it works, seriously. So, ask those sort of questions, show that you care about that person. And then this leads me to my final point, which is, in terms of following up, obviously you've got a card or you've gotten a contact, is look to reward. A lot of people, especially I can understand starting out, you're looking to create your business, you're looking for, whether it's funding, But if you were to give me a call, and the first time you called me, picked up the phone, so we met at this event at KICC, and you asked me, for example, how my business is going, or you tell me about a particular YouTube video that is got something to do with what I do for a living, or you asked me if we had a conversation, I told you I love to travel, or I like movies, and you tell me about a great movie that I can watch, or a place where I can get, a discount for traveling to somewhere, that makes me feel that you are thinking about me, and not just, hello, do you remember we met at KICC, Derek? Yeah, you told me that you were interested in my business. I'm like, really? That's all you want from me? How about you call me up and say, hey Derek, how's it going? Fantastic. You mentioned that you like to travel. Guess what? There is this website that is offering discount tickets for travel. Something like that. Always appear to reward and think about the other person, and then you can go into your pitch or whatever it is that you're calling that person. But it is about making the other person feel sort of special. And that's the art of following up. It's not just about what can you do for me, but what can I do for you? So hopefully these tips will help you as you go out on your goal of networking. There are many more that I can talk about. I don't have the time today, but really start being strategic about your networking. And this will hopefully lead to some of these profitable alliances and help your businesses become more successful. Thank you very much. Now, I do have something else that I quickly want to talk about. Steve had mentioned it, our MC. And my company, Public Image, has, I think this is a first in Africa. We have created an app that is going to answer many of the questions that I hear from people that I work with regarding things like networking. Like your public image, how to brand yourself, what to wear at interviews, how to become a better communicator, aspects to do with emotional intelligence, whatever the case might be. So we have a public image app, and I'd like, if you can indulge me for a few minutes, I'm going to call my colleague Emmanuel to come up here and take you through some of the steps to hopefully, number one, download this app and then how to use it. So number one, let me start by saying this app is available on Android. So if you have Muligomuizi, unfortunately you can't get it, but maybe that'll be the second version. So does anyone have an Android phone that you can pull up right now? And I will just quickly, Emmanuel, if you can come and just help them sort of download this app. This is actually the first time I'm talking about this in a public forum. So Emmanuel, just quickly take them through how to download the app and maybe just how to quickly use it. Thank you. By the way, this is my colleague Emmanuel. We work together. This actually is a young man responsible for this app. So please give him a round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you, Lord. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Emmanuel. Anyone with an Android phone? An Android phone?
Show of hands, anyone with an Android phone? Okay, fantastic. We'll just work with Robert here.
Okay, so you first of all need to activate your mobile data. So just do that on your phone. Then visit the Play Store. Everybody there? So just open up the Play Store and go to search. It will be on your top right corner. So type in Public Image Africa. Public Image Africa.
And those are three words,
Yes,
not one.
three separate words. Public Image Africa. We good? Once you've done that, you should just scroll through and see the app. So mine is loading right now. So we just at number 4 right now, just below BBC News. So Public Image Africa, you'll see the PI app. So just click on that and install. It's that simple. It's not data intensive, so if you just want to download it, it takes only 10 MBs of data. So I'll just take you through a quick snippet of what the app does. So I have it on my phone. I'll just get on it.
So Emmanuel, I'll help you with this. I am going in for an interview, okay? I have an interview for this job position.
Okay.
I'm going to work with Shiv over there at his company.
Okay.
How will this app help?
So for someone who's going into an interview, if you go to the main menu of the application itself, so you get, there's an interview skills link. So you just click on that and it comes, there's also another link that comes there. There are 3 categories: before the interview, during the interview, and after the interview. So for this instance, Derek, I think you're interested in before the interview?
No, during the interview.
During the interview. So if you go to during the interview, there are other 3 icons there for you. So there's interview dressing, there's answering tough questions, and there's interview etiquette.
Okay, answering tough questions. I was having a problem with that.
Tough questions. So you just click on that and it's loading. Okay, it's coming. Here we go. So there are a few questions up there. Let me just choose one that I think is tough. Why did you leave your last job, for example?
Yeah, why did I leave my last job? How do I answer that question?
Or something else to do with, tell me about a difficult scenario at work and how you dealt with it.
Okay.
So here we give tidbits on how to answer these difficult questions. Then on closing, I'll just give you another interesting fact about this app. So after you've gone through the information, if you really want to measure how much you've gotten to learn, we also have an interactive quiz game on etiquette. So you can just go to the PI quiz, just go to the menu and PI quiz. Then there are different rounds depending on what you want to learn. You're able to keep track of your scores and see how much you actually learned over a course of time. So that's the public image application.
Fantastic. Yes. Thank you very much, Emmanuel. If you want more information, we have a stand directly outside here, and you can come and ask us not just about this app, but about our company. Thank you very much.